Hello, this is Mike, and this is a continuation of PHP Programming Lesson 46. And we just had a little bit of house cleaning we have to do, a little bit of housekeeping. And in order to get your database working correctly, you have to remember what we've done. We've actually went to our database, and we actually changed the param1, param2, and param3 to position, visible, and comments. And we have to actually go into the code, the database class, and change those parameters 1, 2, and 3 to position, visible, and comments. Let me show you what I mean by that. So you're going to see statements like your bind results statement, where you actually had row ID, row title, and row param 2 and 3. You need to change those to position, visible, and comments so it matches your database. And in addition, when you're using your bind parameters, you need to change your binding parameters ISIII to ISIIS. So, for example, you may have originally had ISIII because your comments was param1, which was an integer, but now comments is a string, so you want to change that to a string. So you need to go through your database class and change that. In this video, we're going to show you how to do that, and that will ensure that you don't have any errors as you run your class. So let's get to it. So the first problem we have is we still have these names, param1, param2, param3, and those need to be changed to position, visibility, and comments. And so we need to change those names. The other thing we need to do is take care of some of this association or data binding. So if we come along here and we see where we've actually bound parameters, let's check this out here. So recall when you actually had a parameter that went into your functions, you actually had to have a binding parameter, and in that case our binding parameters are all wrong. So we still kept the integers for the first two, so it would be still I, but the last one has to be a comment because that last field turns into a text. So we have to change that last parameter to an S. And we only have to do this for a few parameters, I believe the next one as well. We have SII, and that last one is an S, and I believe that's all we have to do as far as these parameters are concerned. Let's go down just a little further. Here's another modification where we do an interface, and once again we have to do another one. That would be an S there. So you just go through, and wherever your database has changed, you just need to change that binding parameter from an integer to an S. And I believe that's all the ones we had to take care of. That's good. The other thing we have to do is just change the name. So if we go back to the database, just recall what the names were. Always have to double check. I don't have a very good memory, and regardless if you have a good memory or not, you just need to double check these things. And you can see the names that we used were position, visible, and comments. Let's go ahead and change those very quickly using the Control F trick. So if I come along here and I hit Control F, I can type in param1, for example, and I need to change that to position. So everywhere in the program where it says param1, it'll change that to position, so let's replace all. And so that takes care of that binding. And so I see I have ID, title, 1, position, and then param2 has to be changed to visible, so let's change that one. Just using the Control F trick, Control F. Be your best friend sometimes. Wherever you see parameter 2, change that to visible. Replace all. And the last one would be comments. And so we're going to go back up to the top once again. You want to start at the top of the document. Control F, wherever you see param3, let's change that to comments. Let's change it to comments. So now that you've changed param1, param2, param3 to position, visible, and comments, and also changed your binding parameters like ISIII to ISIIS, taking into account that parameters 1 was once an integer and now is a comments, you're finished with this section. So we're going to move on and take a look at Flash Builder. So thanks for listening. This is Mike Lively. I'll see you next time.